All right, it's time for a Friday read. So if you're new here, this is where we talk about what I've read, what I'm reading, what I hope to get to next, why I keep getting books from the library that I just don't have time to read, but I've made it a habit to go to the library at least once a week, which is great for my mental health, but I just keep bringing books home. Like, what am I doing? So yeah, definitely went a little off the TBR this week, and we're going to talk about it. It's going to be fun. So what have I finished? I finished She Who Became the Sun. I got a review. You can check it out. It's in the cards. It's in the description. It's a very good book. 4 out of 5 stars. You can come hear my thoughts. Come here to see if I think the tagline makes sense, etc. It's spoiler free how all my reviews are. So yeah, check that out. I also finished Conflict is Not Abuse. It's fine. I think if I was like grading it, like if this was like a paper someone gave me, I don't know, B minus, C plus, C, I don't know, like it was not structured in a way that I thought made sense. Like it both had a lot of data and it had a lot of anecdotal examples, and I didn't understand how they meshed together, and I understood the themes and the ideas and the messages, but I don't know. I didn't love the execution of the thought. Not necessarily disagreeing with the thought, but also like I felt like certain definitions weren't ever defined, and I guess, you know, the idea conflict is not abuse. Sure, having different definitions for conflict and abuse is good, but there are different types of conflict as well. Like there was just a lot of nuance that didn't exist, but the story was also telling me to handle everything with nuance. Not story, nonfiction. So I don't know. It was an experience. It was an audiobook. So yeah, I finished those 2 things. So already doing better. I have read 2 more things. Oh, actually, I read another one. I read The Obelisk Gates. So I started and read this in like 3 days. I also did it with like an immersion read because Robin Miles does the audiobook, and she's one of my favorite audiobook narrators. Did the Binti trilogy. And yeah, just consumed this. This is like so fast paced for me. Like I don't get it because it's not like plotting wise fast paced, but just the flow of Jemison's words are really great for me. And I liked it more this time around because the first time I was not expecting new perspectives to enter the story, but a new one does. It's Nassoon's daughter. And at first I was just thrown, especially because of the age of Nassoon and the situation she's in. I really appreciated it more this time around. I still think that, like, by a hair's edge, this might still be my least favorite in the trilogy, especially because of the stuff I know is going to come in the 3rd book. But we are having a discussion for this on Chloe's channel this Saturday at, I believe, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will link their channel down below, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be really fun. Bunch of people talking about the Obelisk Gate. If you have read it and want to discuss with people, I'll see you there. So I read this, and it was fantastic. No shocker. So that's 3 things I finished. So I've now read 4 things this month. I'm doing great. And then I picked up A Master of Jinn by P. Djeli Clark. This is the 3rd work in the Cairo universe. This is the first full-length novel. It came out in May, I believe, and I've been behind on reading this arc. This is the arc I am most behind on, but I was reading it because we have our Patreon book club this weekend, also on Saturday, and so I'm working on getting it read. I'm a little over halfway through. I record these on Wednesdays, so by the time Friday rolls around, I should be almost done. Not to make anyone in the book club nervous about my reading pace. And it's good. I like it more than I have liked any of the short stories or novellas because it's longer and I get more time with the characters, which is like my favorite thing about every book experience. But it is still a mystery. And I have not been feeling the traditional, like, detective team solve a mystery thing in a minute. I don't know. It's really good. Like, the world is super vibrant. I really love the characters and their dynamics, but the actual plot, and this is very plot-driven, I'm not that curious, I think's the problem. And that's like a me thing. It's not like the story doesn't make it have stakes. I just, like, I don't know. I'm very bad at caring about full-length novel whodunits, and I guess novellas too. It's very hit or miss, but I'm enjoying my time. Like, it's not a bad time, but it's definitely not something I'm always, like, itching to pick up, because what is making the plot move forward is inherently a plot device that I just don't love that much. I keep hoping I will, because I used to love mysteries. I don't know what's happened as I've gotten older. I don't know. I'm blaming my brain on this one because, like, the actual world is so lush. I love, like, the outfits. I love the amount of respect he has for his readers. Like, there is no hand holding when it comes to the world building here. Like, you are giving a bunch of words that, as a Western reader, you will not be used to. And that's okay. You know, you want to know what the outfits look like, you're going to have to use a little bit of Google and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. I wish I was a visual reader for this book because the architecture sounds stunning. So there's a lot that's really great in here. But it's a mystery plot. So, like, that's been hard for me. That's been deceptively hard, which is probably why, while I was at the library, every time I go, every week, because that's where I go to write my dissertation, I have seen The Echo Wife by Sarah Gately. It's on, like, their new release shelf, and every week I walk past it, and every week I'm like, should I pick this up? Should I do it? And this week I picked it up, and I was like, I'll just read a chapter and decide if I want to check it out. That was yesterday. I'm now halfway through. Probably gonna finish it tonight. I know in last month's wrap-up I was like, maybe action-past sci-fi thrillers just aren't for me. No. This one is fantastic. This one is so thrilling to me, and I love it, and it does everything, like, everything could go wrong. I guess I won't talk about a lot of the plot in case you really love going into thrillers blind, but it's the Echo Wife, and it's pretty obvious from the first chapter what sci-fi element you're going to be dealing with. Like, the Echo Wife. It's very in the title. But regardless, the twist that is not a twist in my opinion doesn't matter for the thrilling parts, which is, I think, a thing I need, because I have had so many books where people are like, go in blind, you have to, it's so mind-blowing, blah, 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 which I'm so happy for people who do get surprised. Like, there have been many a Sanderson book where I'm like, I did not see that coming, and that was, like, fantastic. But it's kind of disappointing when you want to get that experience and you don't. It's not a superiority, like, oh, I figured it out right away thing. It's more of a, man, I didn't get that experience and now I'm bummed. And here, I wasn't expecting that. It's just thrilling to me. I am very in suspense. I really like this character. She is an unlikable, hardworking scientist who could be a trope. See Dark Matter. Could be a bad trope of a character, but isn't. Is fantastic and well developed, and I have really liked the first person point of view of this, which I haven't been loving that lately. So yeah, and I mean, I didn't love Upright Women Wanted. I mean, I liked it well enough. It was a pretty solid novella. This is great. This is making me need to get Magic for Liars, which is the other novel done by this author. Although that's fantasy, but I hear it has great sibling vibes, which, like, I love books and movies and everything with good sibling content. It's probably why I liked Black Widow so much, now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, this was a surprise, went off the reservation there, but it's put me in such a reading mood. Like, I just, like, it's not a chore when I read this book. It's like, this is just pleasure. But also, like, I really like the internal thinking, and it's great. Really liked it. This is like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to, like, provide spoilers by comparing it to other things. But regardless, really enjoying that. What else am I working on? I'm working on Hamnet. This is for my book club, and I have the audiobook because it is a very popular book. Getting the ebook or the physical from the library is, like, not happening, and I looked into buying it, and it had that stupid flap thing, and I just refuse. I can't do it. And at first I was nervous because it is a beautiful writing style, very poetic, which kind of makes sense. This is loosely based off Shakespeare's life and the loss of his son Hamnet. It says on the cover, a plague story. Know that. Depending on where you are at in recovering or being in the pandemic we're in, know that. Meanwhile, I've already decided after Clay's Ark by Octavia Butler, I'm ready for this. And it alternates between chapters of present day with Hamnet and the plague hitting the household, and going back into the past with Shakespeare meeting his wife and starting a family. And it's been lovely. It's been a very good time. I don't normally pick up historical literary fiction, which I think this definitely is. But it's been fantastic, and I definitely wasn't expecting to have it be such a consumable audiobook. It's an audiobook that I keep being like, do I have time to listen to this? Like, it's been very good. And, like, the going back into the past and having a present day is kind of good, although it does the thing where it's like everything's so stressful in the present day. Step back, and like sometimes you don't want to, sometimes you want to keep going. So it's definitely a device, but it's a device many works use, so I don't begrudge it that. So that's been really good. And so yeah, those are all the things that I've read. I'm still reading Exhalation. We just read one of the stories that I don't love that much. It's the one about an automatic nanny, because I'm not going to talk about it that much, but am still picking away at Exhalation. The next one is one of my favorites. I really hope it holds up. So that's very exciting to me. All right. So those are the things, and what I'm going to read next after I finish Master of Jin, I need to pick up Escaping Exodus, because that was potentially on the docket last week, but I just didn't. I picked up Obelisk Gate instead. So this is for sure happening, and I'm continuing Hero of Ages, but I got overwhelmed by needing to catch up for book clubs, so it got put on the back burner because it's a reread, so I don't mind pausing as much in long rereads. So those are the things I really hope to finish before the end of the month, and I'm pretty sure I can do it. And I also have a couple library books that might be able to squeeze in depending on how on top of my game I am. We'll find out. One of them I'm pretty sure I could is The Undefeated by Una McCormick. This is a book that has been recommended to me by Tori, and it's super short, and I'm very intrigued, and I'm a sucker for things with blue covers. So I got it from the library. It's like 100 pages, and it's like novella 100 pages, so it's not even like whole pages. So I'm pretty sure I could finish this before the end of the month. I don't know if I'll read this by the end of this month or start it next month, but I picked up We Hunt the Flames for my reread, and I also just got access to the audiobook, so I could immersion read this like I did with the Obelisk Gate, which could be fun. I also have Illusionaries audiobook and the ebook, so I could read that. So I have some options there. And I don't think I'm going to get to it, but I also picked up from the library We Free the Stars. So I went and I picked up We Hunt the Flame, right? And you know, the new versions of We Hunt the Flame have the silly thing you can't buy this copy at my bookstore. I really like this copy, though. I appreciate it. And then I was like, oh, they have it in stock. So I just picked up We Free the Stars, which is, like, chonky. It is so chonky. It's actually only, like, I think 550 pages, but it is these are thick pages, quality paper. So who knows when I'm getting to that, because I also have exciting things that have just been added to the TBR that I'll talk to you guys more probably for the August TBR video. So I'm surrounded by books. I have a problem, and Evie came to visit last weekend, so we spent like 2 hours in the Brookline Booksmith, which is fantastic. I have no regrets. And I saw this, which this cover is stunning, right? Like, I love this cover. And I know nothing about it. I think it's a sci-fi thriller, but it's like a crew. It gives me Alien vibes when I was reading the synopsis. And I was looking through it, and it has kind of some mixed media elements, like a little bit, which I really like. And it's so blue. I know this is a really bad reason to buy books, but it's so blue. So I bought this. I don't know when I'm getting to it. But it's so pretty, and it's a debut, and I did it. Sometimes I just like buying things because they're pretty. Almost always if they're blue, because I think that's what happened with Shadows of the Short Days. So those are all of the reading updates. Ryan and I have started watching the DC animated movies. It's been fun. It's been really fun. We're watching them in publication order. So we watched Superman Doomsday, Justice League, the one that's in the 50s and 60s. I'm blanking on the name, but it's kind of low-key like the Green Lantern origin story Justice League. And then we watched a Gotham Knight one, which basically was a bunch of Batman short stories. They were really fun. I like doing this. I love Superman stuff. I love superhero stuff. I actually grew up consuming a lot of DC content before Marvel movies became big. So I'm always here for it. So that's been like a really fun thing we've been doing. I got to play board games last weekend. That was super fun. Oh, is there one that I really want to mention? I feel like I've already talked about the Red Rising board game, but I played that again and I still like it. And my friend had just read the book, and so she was able to see some of the combos, so that was really cool. We also played this game called Cat Lady, which is a fantastic card game. It's a very good weight for any type of gamer level. It's really fun. Even if you don't like cats, you collect cats, and you collect cat food, and you collect cat toy, and you're just trying to get the most points. It's really easy. That was super fun. I didn't win any games, but it was still a good time. So yeah, that's this Friday Reads. What have you been watching, reading, playing? I would love to hear all the things. And for your emoji, is there a Saturn emoji? This looks like Saturn or a planet. Do that. That'd be cool. Or something blue, since obviously I'm a sucker for the color blue right now. And like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.